So, something I've noticed with this game is it's keyboard mouse only. Now,
which Cujo is whining about that. I don't know if that was an episode.
It's not that I'm whining. It's that it's. I understand that computer games use the keyboard and mouse. That's the main thing for computer games. And that's something that I have to get used to. I have been a console gamer for so much of my life that using a keyboard is a little awkward for me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I hate the keyboard and mouse. It's just different for me.
We're not arguing what's better. It's just that's what you're comfortable with. Yeah. So you have an expectation because most computer games nowadays accommodate gamepad. Because why wouldn't they?
Now, with this game, I can understand why they wouldn't, given the need to have almost immediate control over where your light is shining. And sometimes if you have to crank up the sensitivity for, like, if you have an Xbox 360 wired controller, you have to crank up the sensitivity on the right stick. And sometimes that can be really irritating. Or sometimes it doesn't go fast enough. Or, you know, there's a lot of things that are up in the air. And specifically with when you're using a flashlight, using a gamepad would not work because you need the range. You need to be able to pinpoint exactly where you want to shine the light.
Yeah, I agree. And there's too many buttons on the keyboard that you need to interact with, let alone the way that the light works. It would be way too clunky if it were on a gamepad. That fire, though.
That fire looks damn awesome.
Trying to figure out the marks on the ground all around it.
Crash of some kind?
Well,
it's a campfire. Yeah, it's a tent.
It looks like a campground. So some of these marks though are a bit strange. When you first approached it, I was like, "Is this some weird like alien writing on the ground?" And it's like, no, it's just rubble. Oh, nice.
Wolfman camp. Oh, that's where he stays.
So I wonder if the Wolfman is there.
Probably. There he is.
Oh, yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. It's really hard to see people.
Did I get any more No, I didn't. Okay.
You gotta sell them stuff.
I don't have any weapons or ammo.
You can sell them other things.
No, you can't. He's specific. I mean, there's bandages, but I kind of want to hold on to bandages.
Yeah, that's fair. Whoa, was that lightning? It's very slow for lightning. I think they need to work on that. That was just confusing more than anything. Hey, you never got a flashlight, did you?
Nope.
You know, it's kind of crazy to me that we are on episode 5 now, and you still haven't really died.
Yeah.
I think you're too cowardly. Hey, look at that.
Hey, you're supposed to be nice to me now. Oh, God.
Did we? Yeah, we did that on camera.
Yep. Oh, God.
And there's the mushrooms. Well, the skill said that that they were less hostile toward you. However, they didn't say that they wouldn't be hostile. So if you're right up, I think that's going to be a proximity thing. You can get closer to them without making them attack you. That's my assumption, at least. With that one in particular, you just happen to be adjacent to them.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. I need a weapon.
Yeah, I gotta say, they really, they don't want to give you any weapons. Like, they're very hesitant to do so. I don't know if you're just having bad luck, bad at finding them, or if they really are just stingy about weapons in this game. Which, I guess, as far as horror is concerned, that's not a bad thing, because, well, it keeps us on the edge and it keeps us terrified even though we have to go out and explore. But at the other end, the game kind of feels like you shouldn't be outside and exploring unless you have a weapon.
Right.
And that the weapon isn't meant to actually kill things, it's mostly meant to defend yourself until you can flee.
Yeah, pretty much. It said burned house, but
yeah, I didn't quite see anything. I saw that too. Check your map.
Burned house is north.
So it must be blocking a pathway? Oh, can you jump that? Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's got to be it up there.
Whoop. Okay.
Now you
burned
just got to
house.
find a way inside.
I think I am. Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh boy.
This not having a light thing sucks. Destroyed generator. Well, and some gasoline. Cool.
Nice.
Although lightning helps. You should do that more often. Come on, lightning. Show me what you got. Barricade the window.
Now, can you put up barricades?
Yes.
Oh,
You need the
okay.
materials for it, though. Oh, I'm inside.
That makes sense. Yeah, sometimes
the sound
it
is
just...
so good.
Yeah, I really do like the sound design in this game. I already said this once before, but it is kind of one of the most important things in a horror game, especially. And it's interesting, too. A lot of game studios, they...
The rain stopped.
Oh, it did. A lot of game studios, they won't actually introduce sound designers or sound engineers into their game until it's like, say, 80% done.
Yeah.
So you'd already be in beta by the time a sound person would start working on a game. And I think while there are benefits to that, because then, the sound guys won't ever have to wonder where sound needs to go because most of the game is already there for them to look at. At the other hand, not introducing a sound designer sooner, I feel like you kind of sacrifice a lot of quality of sound in your game.
That's fair.
So while this game claims to be an alpha, which I don't agree with it, I think they were smart in that it seems like they introduced good sound designers early on, and they're really reaping the benefits from it.
Yeah.
One of the more interesting things about sound design is I know that they had a huge focus with that in Dead Space, and I listened to some interviews about it too, and that was a very conscious decision to introduce sound designers early on in that project. And while a lot of people don't like Dead Space, it is one of my absolute favorite games, and I think that the sound design is really what sells that game.
Hi. No.
Is that like an antelope?
Yeah. Or a moose.
It's interesting that everything wants to kill you.
Why? I didn't even do anything.
Are there moose in Russia?
Sure.
Or the Soviet Union? I don't know if
Underground
moose are
entrance.
exclusively a Canadian thing. I don't know too much about them. Well, you're back at the... Is this the burnt down house?
It's something. Corpse with nothing on it.
Oh, good.
Door. Creepy as hell.
Oh, something else that I was wondering about that I don't know if there is an answer to it, but I wonder if there are any consequences of just sitting in one like if you were to stay in the starting location and just don't
Would
move.
the game force you to move?
Yeah, are there consequences for it? Because
Whoa!
okay,
What the hell happened?
I have no idea. You died.
What the What?
What? Was it a bear trap that you hit inside the house? I didn't see anything.
I don't... Okay.
I wonder...
I'm getting the unforgiving thing.
Yeah,
but...
no kidding. I wonder if there was a way to avoid that, like open the door but not...
Oh.
Wow, how did you get all the way...
Fuck.
So I'm not sure I understand the death mechanics in this game. So you die, and then you appear
lose your
somewhere...
inventory.
Oh. Huh. So this game doesn't really permanently kill you.
It just makes you want to die.
I mean, that convinces me even more that we're stuck in some kind of limbo and that we're actually already dead. But I find that really interesting. I don't really know if I agree with that choice, because if you know that no matter what, death is not permanent, then it makes the game not scary anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I know that when we started the game, there is a permanent death option, but I don't know. I feel like when the player's presented with that, 9 times out of 10 they're going to choose no, because they're going to assume that the base game without permanent death is going to be how the game is intended.
Right.
So they're probably not going to choose it. Wow, there's a lot of dogs. But it doesn't really seem like you're losing any progress. The consequences are minor other than losing your equipment, but you can go retrieve it. And, I mean, did you lose your skills, do you think?
I don't know. Speaking of which, hold on.
Was it J? I think it was J.
I don't want to do that.
You're trying to pull up your journal?
Skills.
Oh,
Okay.
so maybe you did
Keys,
lose your
quest items.
skills? If those even were considered skills, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel as though the consequences aren't severe enough.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to a horror game. I don't know. Maybe it's a lot easier to talk about if it were a game like Dead Space, where the consequence is that you revert back to a previous save point. But obviously that doesn't work in a free roam game where there are no real save points. I don't know. I feel like if I were the developer, I would have just had everything permanent death, whether or not the player wanted it. That or default it to permanent death on, and if the player wanted to dig into the options, then they could turn it off at the start of a game session. So yeah, I don't know. I've got kind of mixed feels about it.
I just feel like I'm
wandering aimlessly.
Like,
well, that's what the map is supposed to be there to help with. But at the same time, they don't really want you to move fast because you're likely to run into enemies, so yeah, I don't know.
okay,
Well,
so I'm back at the house. The underground entrance, whatever.
where you lost your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Go figure, now it's getting dark out.
Well, at least you're sort of inside. Scrap metal.
Yeah, it was a bear trap.
Huh. I mean,
I am now terrified because I don't want it to hit night.
oh, I wonder if the bear trap killed you because you were already low in health. I mean, your health wasn't the worst, but ew, what are those meat noises?
I don't know, but I'm gonna start heading back to hideout.
That's fair. Well, I mean, that's all we have for this episode anyway, so, do we want to do another? Or should we kind of call this one quits? Do we feel like we've talked this one to death?
Damn it. Poisonous mushrooms. I feel like if we're gonna do another one, it has to be where it's later on, where a lot of progress has been made, and I just died from poison. Yay!
Oh, man.
Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna do another episode, it has to be later on where we can discover new things to talk about, because as it is right now, it's just wandering and maybe finding a light source or a weapon.
Okay, so then this will be the last one for now. I'm going to say if people want to see more, we will happily play more. Just let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And even feel free to discuss some of the design things we brought up, because while we are not masters at playing games,
Clearly.
and we're not masters at game design either, game design is what I do, and Cujo is getting much, much better at it too. So we'd love to talk about it. I mean, we don't have all the answers, but we love discussing. So
yeah.
So let us know in the comments. And before we end the episode, are there any final thoughts on Darkwood?
I really, really like the game. I think the night mechanic, however, without a light source is a little unforgiving because you're basically sitting and waiting for daylight to come. Unless you're out and about, in which case you die and then lose your stuff and then spawn at a campfire and then lose your stuff because you're going to die because you don't have a light source, blah, 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 blah. I like the feeling of isolation. The idea that if you're not prepared, if you aren't ready to deal with what's coming, you're not gonna, it's not gonna be good for you. The isolation feeling is swallowing me whole as it gets darker and darker. As I try to continue talking without being scared. I'm gonna die. Oh God. Jesus. What else? I like the sort of swerve at the beginning that's not really explained.
Swerve?
The guy, the main character who comes across this unconscious man. Oh God.
You mean the change of character?
Yes, the change
Swerve
of character.
is very, very confusing if
Shut
that's
up.
how you were describing that.
Shh. Oh God. Oh God. Like this.
Yeah, there's very little hope. All you have right now is maybe looking at your map and...
I have nail and a wood log.
And a map. And a dog.
Oh God. I'm just gonna run up.
Anyway, the only thing that I would add to that list of ups and downs is art is beautiful. I do really like it despite its top-down perspective. And top-down isn't bad. It's just hard. So I think they did a good job. I agree with the field division. And
Oh God, I'm hearing things.
I don't know. Sound design
Chris,
and
hurry up so we can turn this off.
and theming is fantastic. So good job to the
I
developers
just
in that.
died.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let us know if you want to see more, and we will see you guys in the archives.
Woo!